But I want to introduce our friend who took the car from Malmo, traveled 2 days to Lviv, took a lot of humanitarian street culture stuff, skateboarding stuff for our youth. This is really important. Please welcome our good friend Gustav Svanborg Eden. He is a skater and he is a work with. Він працює в міській раді Мальмо та створив дуже багато крутих моментів, крутих проєктів в місті, в невеличкому місті, але дуже фантастичному, і це дуже надихає. It's your time.
Thank you. Yeah, amazing introduction. Thanks. And Igor, could you stay up a little bit? Just. I hope you can follow this okay, even if it's in English. Your English is better than my Ukrainian. So, yeah, we met at the Ghetto Games as well, same as Emily. And then you were your presentation was about all the projects that you had done. Like you had just completed the park, and you were doing a lot more, and it looked to me like we work a lot with skateboarding. Should I step away from that? But yeah, we work a lot with skateboarding in Malmo, but it felt like we could learn a lot from you in terms of how to work with all the different street culture elements, and how to work with youth, and how to work with spaces. And yeah, I thought that was really inspiring. And when the war broke out, we've obviously been in touch, and to see how you went from that world to just a completely different reality, and now are rebuilding something else. I think what your point in your question about we're all part of different subcultures, right? You're a lot of b-boys here, and we're skaters, and the point of being that is that you really. Where should I stand here? Is that better? All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Or this might be good. Okay. Yeah. Well, the point of that is that you care about that. Like, I care about skating a lot, and that makes you a nerd. You know, you go into your interest, and you're really passionate about that, and then. That is not the same as being interested in breakdancing, but you can understand that breakdancers are the same, you know. You care about things for their own sake. You care about what you like because you like it, you know. And it feels like this place, and Bryggeriets Gymnasium as well, but here you have a roof over people's heads, you have all the facilities, you have everything, you have food. But you also have one more thing. You're offering life. You know, you're offering a reason to live, and not just like, it's not the same as the high school. It's not just learning Swedish. It's not just learning maths. It's giving a reason to learn Swedish. It's giving a reason, and I think we have a lot to learn from you, and to see how this grows it's amazing to be here. I feel really welcome. And yeah, I hope when we stand with you in this process, it'll be interesting to see where we end up. So I'm really grateful for the invitation, and yeah, let's get to work, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks. All right. Okay, so now I need to talk about skating, right? Okay. So. Have I switched this on? Let's find out. Ooh, technology, right. So this is me, and that is me. I work for the city of Malmo. So I'm a municipal officer. And I work for the streets, parks, and property department. So this is when I'm not on holiday in Ukraine, which I am right now. But yeah, my colleagues are the ones who build the roads and take care of the parks. But my job is working with events. So I work with skateboarding. And I'm going to talk about all the different things that we do in Malmo with skateboarding. And it's quite a story. So get ready to get a lot of things coming at you now. Just strap in. Okay. So Malmo is known as maybe the most skate-friendly city in the world. And you can ask, why is that? What is so special about Malmo? I mean, Malmo is up north, the weather is bad, our architecture hasn't been very good for skateboarding, but we're still known as a skate-friendly city. Is it because we have skate parks? Well, skate parks are good for some things. Skate parks are good for training. They're good as meeting places. Skateboarders are not divided into teams or ages. Everyone can just come here and hang out and skate together 24/7. Whenever you need to get out of the house, you go here. You can meet up and you can train. But skate parks is only one thing that we work with. We also work with in schoolyards. So we've partnered with schools to help schoolyards have more active spaces. So this is actually a ball court and a dance space that the kids at the school needed a dance space and they needed somewhere to play tennis or whatever. And we wanted to do an event, so we made the ball court into a skate-friendly space. So we work with multifunctional spaces. We try to do more than one thing at once. And then we also worked with the kids so the kids were able to make designs that they then drew so that the kids that go to school feel like they own the school, you know? You're familiar with these theories probably. And then we do workshops to learn skateboarding, but not just learning skateboarding, also to learn about the culture of skateboarding, as you're familiar with, to who draws in skateboarding, it's not just the best skater who is important, it's also the person who designs the graphics, who does the clothes, who's the filmer, etc. So we try to, use the whole culture of skateboarding as a part of placemaking, the same strategies that you work with here. But we also work in public spaces, in squares, and where we add elements that are skate-friendly, but that also blend in. So granite benches that can sustain the wear of skateboarding without being damaged, but they also function to sit on. And that means that the skateboarders don't own the space. So it's not just for skateboarders. It means that skateboarders and other users, they need to meet and they need to have a little conversation like, oh, we're skating. Yeah, but I want to sit. Okay, well, we'll come back later. And then you have engagement between different people and they get to know each other and they start using the space together. We also work with art and sculptures. So we have worked with different artists to create different art series that we use to decorate spaces and make them, they have three functions. One is to add aesthetic value. One is to provide a new function for all users, all citizens. And the third is to be good for skateboarding. And what we see is that these are popular with skateboarders, but they're probably more popular with kids, because all the playgrounds you see in cities, they look the same. Whereas the kids have to invent their own games when they engage with them. This is different. How can I engage with it? How can I play? And so this is good for skateboarding, but they're even better as slides, this is a posy photo, but yeah, we've been early with working with the promotion of female and non-binary skateboarding. So we've always insisted, we've had the same prize money for women, we've had the same investment in female skateboarding, and what we've seen is that we have gotten a higher profile in international events and also been part of profiling women and elevating women within skateboarding. So the Vans Park series, we insisted on having a female division, and that is one of the reasons that we actually got got the event to come to Malmo. And we also, the reason we could build this skate park was part of that story. But yeah, so my job is mainly working with events. It comes from working with events. I don't work with spots. The spots are legacy strategies from the events that we've done. So we have an event strategy where we have local events where someone who's never entered a competition before can, you know, be part of it, but they can also skate next to their heroes. We have events in the streets and the street spots. And then we have these big events. So this was the Vans Park Series World Championship Final. We built this skate park specifically, or Vans, the shoe company Vans paid for this skate park to be built. And yeah, the story there was that Vans wanted to do a classic arena event, and we wanted to have an event that was open to the public. So we paid for the grandstands and the tents and the video screens, and Vans paid to build a skate park and to all the production, the webcast and everything. And yeah, this whole package of all the skate spots and all the skate activities obviously creates skate tourism. So a lot of people travel to Malmo every year to skate to attend the events and also skate the skate spots. And of course, yeah, this is Oskar Rosenberg Hallberg, Oski, two-time world champion. He went to Bryggeriets Gymnasium. He won the competition that I just showed you. And he's a top pro for Nike and travels the world skateboarding. Yeah. Also, Sara Möller, John mentioned her, rides for Nike, has her own shoe on Nike. International pro, also went to Bryggeriet High School, also from Malmo. But it's not just the skaters, it's also the filmers and all the people who design skate parks. And yeah, there's a lot of different jobs that you can get through skateboarding. So this is a good example of a student who is very passionate about filming, who now travels the world filming his friends, and that's his job. Yeah, and of course, we also get a lot of media exposure through these events, and not just through mainstream media, but also through social media, as you well know. So if, like, when we get a post from Tony Hawk, that's one post, but it's 460,000 views, you know. And that is true for all the pros that come to Malmo every year. So we get massive exposure all around the world that the city of Malmo could never have that kind of reach by any media strategy. You could not pay your way to get this. This can only be done by the skateboarders themselves, because when a top pro comes to visit the local skaters here on a tour, they post from it and they have 500,000 followers. And yeah, that's how that works essentially. But, I mean, we also end up in places like this because Malmö's skate profile kind of stands out. It's interesting, it's different. So we have the cover of Financial Times talking about the events we do, you know. But we also work with universities, academia, to try and do research projects about how the skate project, what we can learn. There are many things that we believe and that we think we understand, but that we want to investigate and learn more about, and also share with the world. So we partner with Malmö University and other universities around the world to help further the knowledge from skateboarding. Let's see. And of course, the whole the local skate scene is really strong, and that also means that local companies get started. So I don't know if you may know Polar skateboards. They're sold all around the world. And Poetic down on the left, they're also now a global skate brand of skateboards. Street Lab is the local skate shop. Post Details, clothing brand. There's a whole industry. Like, yeah, and obviously when the skate brands sell their stuff, they also provide advertising and try to reach customers. So they also tell the story of Malmo as a city, because that is where they're from. And that's another thing that the city could never communicate. But these brands tell the story of Malmo, and that is like also part of the Malmo identity. So you could say that, I've said it a few times already, but these are things that the municipality could never do on their own. The city of Malmo could never create this on their own. It has to be done by the people who care about the subculture. Like same as skateboarders can't, you know, do breakdancing and vice versa. The municipality can't do skateboarding, right? So the most important partner for the city of Malmo is Bryggeriet, the skate organization that John also works for the high school for. So it's not like the city of Malmo just one day decided to throw lots of money on skateboarding. This is something that has evolved over time. So essentially skateboarders like John and myself and a few, I was actually not there so much at that time, but were essentially skating in a garage illegally and decided to start an organization. And gradually, through support from the city and learning how to navigate how to work with the city, all these different things happened. Like the skate parks were built, the high school was started, the international events started, Vans Park series came, and we've done conferences, etc. And you've already made this journey here, so you're familiar with this story. But it's the same. You grow it over time. You help people grow their own organization. And of course, Bryggeriet, they don't just work with the city. They do their own things. They do activities for skateboarders, workshops, and so on. John has already spoken about the high school. But the high school is obviously also a story that gets told around the world. It's a very unique school. It's very unique for Malmo. But one of the most important things that happens in Malmo is not necessarily the Vans Park series, the big event outside, but this event, Vert Attack, which is inside Bryggeriet, and it's only for skaters. There's no advertising. No one tells anybody about this because there's only 600 seats and people travel from all around the world to be part of it. And so you don't want the space to be full of audience so that the people who are supposed to skate there can't enter. So we had Tony Hawk here, but we couldn't tell anyone that he was coming because there would be too much crowds. And this is very important for the skateboarding world. Because it's important for the skateboarding world, this builds credibility for Malmo. So if their Vert Attack didn't exist, then we would not have the credibility in skateboarding culture. We wouldn't have the sort of partnerships with Vans and all the rest of it, because this is important to the scene. This is important to the core skateboarders, and that is the value that then translates into everything else we do. Is that clear or is that complicated? Yeah, yeah. It's what is important to the core builds everything else, right? Yeah. And yeah, in all these projects, one thing that the skaters insisted on early was that when the city built skate parks, the skaters wanted to build them themselves. And they also wanted to be apprentices. So when they built the big skate park, the first photo I showed, the skaters learned how to build skate parks, and that developed a local skate park building industry. So now Bryggeriet skate parks, they build skate parks all around Sweden and Scandinavia and also around the world. And all the profit from the skate park goes back to the skate organization. So it's an NGO business. And yeah, this is a bit official, you know. But when you think about it, what do we touch? What does skateboarding do in Malmo? Well, this is from Agenda 2030, the global goals that we're all supposed to work to achieve. Well, we have a lot of jobs and businesses through skateboarding. We have good health and well-being, like the skateboarders are physically active. We have school, we have quality education, we have gender equality, we have work opportunities, we have skateboarding innovation, like partnerships where the skate park building companies is developing new technologies for the concrete industry with more environmentally friendly concrete and also, yeah, different materials and so on. We have, reduced inequality, and we have strong institutions. The skateboard organization Bryggeriet has evolved to be a huge organization. You know this here as well, how important these organizations, driven by passion, are to provide a platform for other people to use. So if you're going to talk about Malmo and skateboarding, it's not good to talk about one thing, you know. You have to look at all the different pieces and see how they essentially, yeah, build a network of different values that all, you know, create a platform together. So it's not one part, it's all of it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. Any questions or? Oh, we got questions now. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I need to repeat. First of all, I want to say thank you. You come to Ukraine, come during 2 days. I know a lot of people, foreign people, scared to come, but not you. It's a big respect. My question about Malmo. Can we say Malmo is a center of skateboarding in the world? Can we say it?
I think it's a good. I think one of the best things to have, and thank you. I hear this is where people come to recover from the war, so I trusted that, and yeah, it's great to be here. So thanks. But I think one of the good things that have happened to skateboarding since social media is that California used to be the center of the world, and then perhaps for a while it was, you know, Barcelona was a really strong scene, and now I think everyone has a voice, and scenes are popping up all over the place. And I think what Malmo can offer perhaps is the story of a partnership between the city and the skate organization, and to sort of see how if you have strong institutions like organizations, if you have a strong skate organization and a city that's willing to support it, you and also the DIY people, the people who are driving, the people who are like communicating the culture, if you have those three elements, you can come a long way. And I think Malmo stands out as the city that has perhaps done that the most. But if you ask like any skater, what's the center of the skate universe, they're going to be like, yeah, where my favorite skater lives, you know. So that's not for us to say, and I think that's for everyone to decide. But we want to be a center, you know. Yeah. So yeah, you're all welcome to come to Malmo. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And the second question, what you can say about the another kind of street culture in Malmo? Have a parkour, workout, break, I think it's like this. What about this kind of street culture?
Yeah, and this is where I'm kind of a little bit embarrassed, because you have been really good at including this platform and opening your arms and making it a family for everybody. And in Malmo, we're much more skateboarding nerds, you know. So the skateboarders have been really driven, and they've created this partnership with the city, and they are also creating all this value for the city. but the skaters are mainly interested in skateboarding, I think. And there's other organizations that do breakdancing and do parkour, but they have not made the same journey. And I think I'm interested in that as a municipal officer, you know, to see how the lessons we have learned from skateboarding, how they can be made accessible to other users and other user groups. And I think there it's a real question of relationships. You know, the skateboarding scene in Malmo has, you know, I show you this presentation with different skate parks and spots and sculptures, but that's not the story. The stuff is just a byproduct. The real story should be portraits of people, like Jon, really important person. There's like a series of people who have all come in with something and made something happen. And I think the reason skateboarding has come so far in Malmo is because there's been a very lucky sequence of those people. And I think if, yeah, we should probably be more open to developing more relationships with other users as well, you know. But if you ask skateboarders, they're happy to just go with skateboarding. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Hey Gustav, once again, thanks for inspiring presentation. It's really
Thanks for an inspiring Instagram account.
Yeah, thanks. Really, you got so much useful experience for Ukraine, and I hope that someday Ukraine or any city like Kiev, Lviv, or Dnipro will become the skate-friendly city too as well. I think we've got the potential, as you see. Yeah, so basically I've got a lot of questions, but two main are when did Malmo become the skate-friendly city, in your opinion? So what was the key point when this happened? It's the first question. And the second question is that you told that you partner a lot with the municipality of Malmo, and I wanted to ask you what are the key points to partner with them. So you told that there is the core community, and you've got to show that you have the Word Attack, the Events Bowl series, etc. Yeah, so basically what are the key points to partner with municipality? Because I will give you some context about Ukraine, that I'm not sure you know that skateboarding is not yet recognized as a sport in Ukraine. Yeah, and we've been trying to do it since, I think, 2018, and the Ministry of Sports are taking a kind of passive position towards the recognition of skateboarding. Yeah, so basically, as you seen on our Instagram, that we have the core community, we've got a lot of events, we held a lot of activities, we get the projects with international supporters, but you know, on the inner side of sports municipality, let's call it like this, it's a rather passive position. So how can we present ourselves to become more interesting for the municipality, for the Ministry of Sports? Thank you.
Thank you. Good questions. So, like, if we go back here, oh wow, I have so many crappy animations. Let's see. So if we go back here to what was the most important part, I think the story is of baby steps. You know, every time you're sitting around with your friends and someone goes, "Oh, we should do that," you know, because the skaters had an organization and they learned how to get money, they had the time. Same as you have built this here already. You have people who are working with, when someone has an idea, they can go, "Yeah, let's try that." So all these steps are things that happened by someone going, "Okay, the next step should be this." So that's part of the story. And to the other question, I mean, it is about the organization. It's when that the skateboarders in Malmo, they have understood that unless, like, if they show the city that they are creating value for the city, like not just the skateboarders, then they will be given another chance. So the whole strategy to get to this event is to start here and be, hey, to get to that spot. I mean, those ledges were put there for an event, and then we would let them stay. Can we leave them for 3 months? Can we get a permit for 1 year? Can we make them permanent? So you have to prove. First you prove that you can do it, and then you show, hey, if we get another chance, we can do this much more. And then finally, you end up here. And if you look at the audience here, who are these people? Some of them are skateboarders, but most of them are families from Malmo. But for the skateboarding community, I mean, the reason Vans thought Malmo was cool so we could do that event is a lot of slides, huh? Oh yeah, this event. And here on the grandstands, it's all skateboarders. So the skaters of Malmo understand that you have to do something for everybody in order to prove that, hey, we're not the punks you think we are. We are here to work with you and give you things that you need. Give us another chance. Give us another budget. We'll do it even better next time. And I mean, looking at street culture and your media platform and how you communicate your story, you're absolute pros at this. And this is what you're doing really well. So I think that's the story. And what was your third question? Sorry. Yeah, that's it. So I think when they started the organization, when they got the big skate park, that was a big move. When they started the skate high school, when they did the big skate park and attracted Quicksilver bull riders, that's when my job started. So the city had to go, okay, the skaters just invited European championships. They can't do that on their own. The city needs to support this event. And that meant that this whole like event infrastructure started happening to make these big events. That was really important. And then when I took over this job as the event producer, I started working with moving skateboarding from the skate parks into the public space because, you know, there's a difference between hiking and or running on a treadmill. Like street skateboarding is something, you don't train street skateboarding. You are part of urban life. And skateboarding can create life and it can add value to urban spaces. And I think skateboarding should exist in skate parks, but if you only have skate parks, you cut away so much of the value that skateboarding can contribute to the life of cities. So I think that's what I've done and how that has changed. So there's like different important steps. And then now we're doing this international partnership with the Ukraine, and that'll be the next step. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gustav, but stay here, please. We have special represent for you. In 2000, when we do first forum, this is for us, it's first educational part, when all leaders and activists and people come together and do it something magic, like a street culture community. And after, do you know, it's Raymond, leader of Ghetto, he is come as the first forum. He is inspired, and after forum he asked me, yo man, it's a magical moment, we want to do something like this in Riga. And we say, okay, share, we help you do this in Riga. And when we come to Riga with Stas and my wife first time and represent Ukraine. Okay, yes, it's a good story, but story is not for destroyed. Yes, it's good. So once again, we created and we meet you. This is flow energy, you know. It's now energy is back. You are come to us, and at every forum, we research people who is our blood, you know. I hope we feel you are our blood, and you are our ambassador, and the real people you feel understanding at war, because war is open people, and when you come and you are support us, and now you are here, it's a magical moment. You are the first street culture people who come at reality at Ukraine, and we have a special present. This is our silver how would say in English? Just logo. No, this is like do you know in army people have some medal. This is our medal for you. Okay. This is all people, street culture activists have this medal, and yeah, make a picture. Yeah, stay here, please, and just for the picture. Yeah, this especially you can took here and at your. Yeah. Thank you. So, всім дякуємо. О, у нас є професійне фото. Stay here, please, and we stay together and make us a historical photo. No, show like no, put and show like this. No, or like this. This one, yeah.